In this video, we're going to introduce you to SpaceBlender, show you how to navigate the interface, and cover some of the unique creative concepts it makes possible. SpaceBlender features a newly developed algorithm inspired by swarm synthesis, allowing it to create massive, otherworldly spaces that evolve over time. Most delays and reverbs are based on delay networks with feedback or on convolution. SpaceBlender is neither. It's a new and interesting approach to creating spaces that have their own unique character. Let's take a look at how to control space and time with SpaceBlender. The main display is called the visualizer, giving you real-time visuals of what's happening with your sound as it's being processed. The visualizer also functions as the exclusive interface for creating your shaped spaces. Let's take a look. Inside of the visualizer, the sonar-like cursor is your control. Moving it vertically and horizontally, you can create a wide range of shapes for your spaces. Abrupt gated reverb sounds. Reverse reverbs. Blooms. And classic decays. Also note that the duration of each event or time is unaffected by any changes you make to the shape. For easy reference, you can always see the current time in the lower left corner of the visualizer display. Now that you've mastered space, let's get on to controlling time. The time or duration of the effect is controlled by the appropriately named time knob. The range goes from a nice short 100 milliseconds to a whopping 1 minute. We'll skip waiting for the 1 minute example for now. You're welcome. Next to the time knob are the sync and warp buttons that add some additional ways to bend time to your will. This is a good spot to say, be aware. With shapes that fade in, like reverse, and with very long time settings, it can be some time before your space effect will be audible. You'll be able to see the signal is passing through in the visualizer, but you may not hear it yet. We'll shorten this example to save some time. Shifting time in the shorter time ranges can result in some unusual effects and some very unique sounds. As you might assume, the sync button turns on host tempo sync. It can be set in beats from 1 to 32. Up in the visualizer, you can quickly see that value reflected in the time display. With sync on, the duration of the effect will lock to the beat division you've chosen. Sync shaped spaces. Now that is fun. The warp button opens up a playground of sound design and effects. When it's on, you'll get warping, pitch-shifting sounds akin to changing delay times on a classic tape echo. Shortening the time will cause the pitch to go up until it reaches its new time setting. And lengthening the time will cause the pitch to go down. As you can hear, with the massive time range, these pitch effects can get very extreme very quickly. But here's a quick tip. Using the Shift key while turning the time knob gives you fine control and can achieve much more subtle results. When the warp button is off, the pitch shifting is gone, and turning the time knob shifts in a stuttery, glitchy way. This warp off mode is ideal for jumping around in sync mode to avoid pitch effects when changing beat values. The color knob may appear to be a simple tone control, but it's much more. The filtering is based on the time length, so turned to the right, the color gets brighter over time. And to the left, darker. The further you turn the knob in one direction or the other, the more of the effect you get. The texture knob allows you to adjust the density of the space, similar to a diffusion control. You can go from a very dense reverb type of sound to a more stripped-down set of delays, all still adhering to the shape and time you've chosen. The mod knob applies a very unique and musical modulation to your space, and once again changes over the course of the chosen time. The higher the amount, the stronger the mod will be at the end of each shape. This control gives your spaces a movement and life that makes even the longest time settings worth the wait. The mix knob does what mix knobs do: blend between the dry and wet signals. Pretty simple. Of course, full wet with just about any source becomes beautiful ambient spaces that your yoga instructor would love to get hold of. Like all Soundtoys plugins, you can lock the mix control so that it doesn't change as you scroll through presets. On Mac, hold Control, Option, and click the mix knob. On Windows, it's Control-Alt-Click. The title will change to red to show it's locked. Now preset changes will not affect the mix settings. The same key combinations will unlock as well. This process is called parameter lock and can be found in the Soundtoys user manual. The freeze button will capture the duration of time you have chosen and loop it. No surprise there. You can freeze with sync on or off, and with warp on or off, both creating interesting effects when changed in real time over the frozen loop. You can also continue to manipulate the frozen sound using the cursor and the time knob. As always, SpaceBlender includes a collection of presets inside the Soundtoys Preset Manager that cover a wide range of what you can do. Excellent starting points for you to twist and bend space and time. Then, save your custom presets and build your own sonic universe. Experiment, explore, enjoy.